Hey there, it's been a while since I uploaded the part 2 of the series. Actually, it took me a lot of time to understand Nuxt. Yeah, it's true, it actually took me a lot of time. And yeah, you heard me right, I'm going to change whole stuff from eJS to Nuxt.js. Don't worry, I will explain everything related to it, so sit tight and make sure to click on the subscribe button because why not? Okay, now the question comes that what is Nuxt? To put it in simple words, I would say it is a framework based on Vue.js and its main purpose is to provide you enough flexibility to let you focus on the main base of the project. And yeah, it also helps you to write universal application very easily. And there are a lot of great features that it do, like auto code splitting, routes transition, and many more. I mean, there are many. I could not explain them in a single video, so you better Google it later. Anyway, in short, it will be very advantageous for us to use Nuxt for creating a dashboard, as it will enhance the performance of the app that EJS couldn't do. So before getting started, let me show you the end result of this video. There are a couple of things that I tried to improve, like I removed some screenshots and added Google material icons to make it look more attractive, but I don't know if you guys like it or not. Either way, let me know by dropping comments on this video. Now the next thing I added is the progress bar, which looks pretty good. I also added animation in front section. I fixed some issues and sorry because login still not added, but I promise it will be added in the next video of this series. So now let's move on to the actual video. Okay, we will start from scratch. So first of all, create a new folder with your project name, then open Visual Studio Code and open same folder on it. Then open the terminal and run npm initiate-y command to create package.json file. So this is the Nuxt documentation and we are going to use the script in our project. So copy them and paste in your package.json file. Now we will have to install Nuxt, and for that you have to run npm i nuxt. Once it's installed, run npm run build to build Nuxt project. This process will create a .nuxt folder. Now you are ready to run your Nuxt project, and to do that you could use npm run start. As you can see, our project is being hosted on localhost at port 3000. You could change port and hostname in future if you want. Now that our Nuxt project is created successfully, we need to add pages, and for that we will have to create page directory which will contain all your Nuxt application views and routes. And don't worry about the default page, that will be gone as soon as we create any new page. So now I'm creating a folder with name pages and then create our index.view file in it. This page will be our main page. Inside the file we have to add a template tag. Now here we are adding some basic HTML stuff. Now in the body we will just add a heading to test if it's working fine or not. Okay, let's run the project again, but this time we will use npm run dev to launch the Nuxt application in development mode. Okay, reload the page and it's working, but you can see that it's kind of showing two hello world. We could fix this by enclosing everything under the main tag. As you can see, it's working fine, looking good. Now let's change the value to something like goodbye world and see if it works. Yeah, it changes as soon as I change it on the IDE. This is happening because we are running this project on development mode. As we are creating a website, we sure need CSS, but you could not add CSS files in the page directory. So we are going to create a static folder to save the CSS files in it. Now let's try to add color in heading tag and see if it works or not. Make sure to link the CSS file to the index.view file with the link tag. As you can see, it's working and looks cool to me, but yeah, it's good. Now that we are done with the setup of Nuxt application, we could actually import our old code which we made in the part 1 of this series. Now back to the CSS file, paste CSS also. You can see it's looking awesome. But you do realize that there is no header on this website. It is because we did not added any yet. Now to create headers, we are going to use default layout. It will basically allow us to auto implement headers in every page of the website that we create. We just need to add header once in default.view file in layout directory and our work will be done. Now in this we will start with template tag and again add the divider. Here we will add our header. The fun part is that we already have our header because we already created it in part 1 of the series, so I will just paste it here. Okay, so we also need some CSS, so let's just use style tag. Now let's run the project and see if it's working or not. Great, header is now added and let's move on to the next thing. Now that we are done with main page, let's create the command page which will contain all the available commands information present in the bot. So for this we will have to create commands.view file in page folder and commands.css files in static CSS folder. Make sure to paste the CSS that we already have from the part 1 of the dashboard series. And for the command section we will just add heading for now, because before implementing the table of available commands we need to add some other stuff. Yep, now we have the command section and you can see that little animation which makes it look good. Let's add bot file so that we can host bot with dashboard. You could separate bot and dashboard, but you will have to create an API to do so. So let's just go with this method. Okay, let's grab the bot codes from my GitHub repository, and don't worry, I will put the link of the repository in the description so you can grab it also. Download the codes, then extract them and put them in the bot folder. So now we are going to add bot details in config.json file. So go to your bot directory and go to the config.json file and paste your token, and to get the token go to the Discord developer portal as usual and go to your application, then bot, then copy your token and paste it on the file. So after that we are done with the details. So open the terminal and run cd bot, which will go to the bot directory, and after that run npm I, which will install all the needed package. And once the packages are installed, you will have to run the bot to check if it's working or not. So for that you will have to use node index.js, or you could just use node dot. After that the bot will start. Okay, so our bot is working nice and fine. So let's go back and just run cd double dot, which will go back to the our main directory, and then you could run npm run dev, so we can see if bot and dashboard are running at the same time or not. Okay, now let's see if bot is working or not. So go to the Discord. I'm going to Discord and then open your server. Yep, it's okay. Go to, now let's use the command. Yeah, it's working. So looks like it's working. Now see dashboard. Yeah, it's also working. So our bot and dashboard are hosted at the same time. So now I'm going to implement socket.io, and it will allow me to send and receive real-time data between server and clients, and that's what I needed, so I will just use it. So now we have our bot command details and we can implement them in our bot codes. So for that we will just use our old code, but the customized one, like there was EJS in it. Now I replaced with view.js. And I just want to tell you one thing, that if you are going to learn Nuxt, then make sure you know view.js. If you don't, you are in the disadvantage, because Nuxt is just a framework for Vue.js. So you must know Vue.js first, then you should head to the Nuxt.js. And that's it. Yep, command section is done, and now the last thing which is left is progress bar. So let's move on to that and finish this video. Now we are going to add progress bar, and to do so I will take help from this repository which is owned by our team member, and thanks to him for making it more easier. Otherwise I would have to do a lot of struggle. Like Next provide inbuilt loading indicators, but I don't like them, so I will just use end progress bar, which is more cool and smooth than Next. So let's do it.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost.
As you can see, we are done, and yeah, you must be thinking that why I took a lot of time to make same thing. And for that I'm sorry, I'm slow learner, but I really did my best to create this whole thing. So I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, let me know in the comments if I did any mistake, because Al Franken said that mistakes are the part of being human.